Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Critics Collective. So today we're going to be talking about a few things before the SmackDown tonight. We're going to be talking about Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, their beef. Drew, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre versus Cody Rhodes, or Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, or whatsoever. But let's go ahead and start into it with the two women I would let fold me like a lawn chair if I ever had a chance. Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill. So recently online, there was a back and forth between Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, where again I talked about in my last video, where no people didn't know if it was real or not and what was going on. And before I go on, and this is the tweet between that started all, with Rhea Ripley. If you guys want to pause and read for yourself, and I'm gonna start off. I just be talking. Which member of your social media found that in video? Then Rhea Ripley reply, all you seem to do is talk. Then Jay was like, talk like you're spent talking to creative, which start a whole repo effect. Then it was going Jay back and forth with Rhea Ripley. Then Chelsea jumped in. Then Pepper Nevin jumped in. Then you had Rhea Ripley post this on her IG. We're not having fun, not friend. Learn to work and never lie. To defame someone real human character by breaking the fourth wall. So that happened, and again, people didn't know it was real. Going back and forth. Let's start with Rhea. Again, great performer. She always give, she always put people over. But let's not forget, Rhea was a menace. Rhea was fucking these women up back then when she was a villain. Let's say if it's a work. Rhea was a villain. She was fucking these people up back there. I'm just saying. She was beating asses like crazy. She was a villain. But if it's not a work, remember again when Bianca Blair had this thing when she was going to fight Rhea Io Sky, and somehow Rhea ended up in the triple threat. And you see if you go watch the video, you see Bianca got mad. She smacked the contract in Ia's chest, and you always get what you want. Like, let's not forget that. But I feel now Rhea got a bully like she used to be. I'm not saying Jade is a bully, but again, if we go back, if this is a work, Jade plays the bigger bully and whoops and talks a lot more shit. She's good at the mic than Rhea. Let's say that happens, right? And it's a word to put Jade over, and Jade beat the crap out of Rhea Ripley. That makes sense for me. I want to see that. I don't think it would make sense for Rhea Ripley to win the belt right there and then at WrestleMania. I think it should be the match that solidified Jade as the top champion right now. She hasn't had many title defenses since she's been champion. I know tonight in SmackDown they're gonna have a conversation. They're gonna go back and forth, and I hope they tussle too, just to hyping up, because this match was just put together by creative, so they have to figure out a way to get this feud going to get people more interested. So I hope something happens tonight where it makes this thing more interesting instead of the whole talk back and forth. Rhea's talking to creative, Jade is a bully, all that. No, I want this to get the nitty gritty in these fight. But again, let's not forget Rhea Ripley was a motherfucker out there. She was beating ass too. All right. Moving on to the next segment. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, the best in the world. They've been doing great in the mic. I'm gonna make this one quick. What I want is Roman Reigns to win this belt. If Roman wins, I think again, like I said in my last video, it'll bring more gravitas to the belt. and bring more, notary. Am I saying right? I don't know. To the belt. But it's one of those things where these guys also have history. Where again, if you do your research, you see that there's a not only with Punk choosing the Shield, but also with Punk going in podcast talking Roman. And there's history there, but I do hope it would make a great story if they continue after Roman real belt and Punk is trying to win that belt back. But that's it. Moving on to the next one, which is Drew McIntyre, who's gonna fight Cody Rhodes tonight on SmackDown. Most likely, Cody Rhodes is gonna win. I feel it's happening. Cody Rhodes is gonna win because Drew McIntyre, I think he has Highlander. He's gonna film, so they're probably gonna give that as him losing as an excuse for him to go film Highlander. But I don't think Cody should win. I don't want him to. I want this time. I really want interference, either from Jacob Fatu or Drew McIntyre just cheat and keeps the belt. I really don't want. I don't know. I'm not too keen on Cody. At first, I was. Now I'm not. But I don't want Cody to win. I think it should be Cody. I think it should be Randy and Drew. But these guys, him and Drew has his history, and Cody and Randy have history. And you could see at the Elimination Chamber how Randy took the opportunity this time to take the belt from Cody. So it wouldn't make sense, again, from WWE creative point of view, to see that Cody and Randy match. Because as you guys remember, this one tag legacy, the Cody, Randy, and Ted DiBiase, we're not going to talk about. But these guys were a fucking menace. I couldn't stand these motherfuckers back in the days. They were a menace. But that's the history Cody has with Randy Orton. Mentorship and all of that. Being a menace with legacy and whooping ass and just terrorizing the whole WWE locker room. But remember, Cody and Ted betrayed Randy Orton at one point, and Cody punted Cody's dad right in front of him. So that's history right there. He punted the shit out of that motherfucker. So that's history there. That's something that could happen. But of course, it wasn't. Cody does have history with Drew. They were tag team champions together. But I think it has that much gravity as far as Cody's relationship with Randy Orton. Yeah, they were tag team for a while, but there's not much history there. So again, I'm not quite sure what I want, but I do want Randy Orton to eventually get that belt. But would it make sense for Cody? Yeah, it makes sense because they have that history, but it also makes sense for Drew because Drew has been doing great with his storyline too. So I think he deserved to continue his story as far as being that guy who doesn't want Cody to be the quarterback. I like that story. But we'll see what happens tonight. My thing is, again, I truly believe, even though I don't want it, Cody's going to win the belt. My other thing is, most likely Rhea and Ripley and Jade are going to tussle. It's going to happen. I'm not going to talk about the other because this conversation was basically about these three main match right here. But guys, if you have any prediction about these three, let me know in comment down below. Let me know how you feel. Let me know how you feel about the whole Jade and Rhea beef. Let me know how you feel about Randy Orton and Roman. And of course, this whole fiasco between Cody, it's either Cody versus Randy, or and Randy versus Drew McIntyre. And I was saying it wrong the whole time. But we'll see what happens. But as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you soon. Y'all have a good one.
Shit, I'ma get into it first. Until they